Let us begin by settling into this moment. Let us become still and quiet and aware of where we are. We pause here together and we turn our attention inward. We notice the rhythm of our breathing, the weight of our body, the stillness that surrounds us. In this gentle quiet, we open ourselves to what is present, to what is true, and to what is good. We give thanks this morning for the gift of waking, for the breath that moves through us, for the life that continues in us and around us. We are grateful for this new day, for the light that has returned, for the opportunity to begin again. We give thanks for the simple fact of being here, for the ground beneath us, for the shelter that holds us, for the people who share this world with us. We are grateful for rest, for the renewal that comes in sleep, for the way our bodies restore themselves, for the mercy of another morning. We give thanks for all that sustains us, for food and water, for warmth and safety, for the countless gifts we so easily overlook. We acknowledge that much of what we have is not of our own making, that we are held by forces larger than ourselves, that we are deeply dependent on what we did not create. And so we come with humility this morning, with open hands and quiet hearts. We recognize that we do not control all things, that we cannot see what lies ahead, that we walk in uncertainty much of the time. We admit that we are small, that we are fragile, that we are limited in understanding. Yet even in our smallness, we trust that there is meaning here, that our lives matter, that the way we move through this day has weight and consequence. We ask this morning for the grace to see clearly, to see ourselves as we truly are, without illusion and without harshness. Help us to be honest about our own hearts, about the places where we hold fear, where we cling too tightly, where we close ourselves off from others. Help us to notice the patterns we repeat without thinking, the habits that no longer serve us, the ways we protect ourselves at the cost of connection. Give us the courage to look at what is difficult, to sit with what is uncomfortable, to face what we would rather avoid. And as we see ourselves more truly, grant us compassion for our own humanity, for the struggles we carry, for the wounds that have not yet healed. May we learn to hold ourselves gently, to speak kindly to ourselves, to offer ourselves the same patience we would offer a friend. We ask for wisdom today, not the wisdom of certainty or quick answers, but the deeper wisdom that comes from listening, from paying attention, from staying present to what is. Help us to slow down enough to notice what we might otherwise miss, to hear the quiet voice beneath the noise, to sense what is needed in each moment. Give us discernment to know when to speak and when to remain silent, when to act and when to wait, when to hold on and when to let go. Grant us the clarity to see what truly matters, to distinguish between what is urgent and what is important, to recognize the difference between our fears and our values. We ask for patience this day, with ourselves and with all of those we will encounter. Help us to remember that growth is slow, that change takes time, that healing cannot be rushed. When we feel frustrated by our own limitations, remind us to be gentle, to take one small step, to trust the process we cannot see. When others move too slowly for our liking, when they do not understand what seems obvious to us, when they disappoint or irritate us, help us to pause before reacting. Give us the spaciousness to allow others to be who they are, to make their own mistakes, to find their own way. Help us to release our grip on how we think things should be, on how we think people should behave, on our insistence that the world conform to our expectations. We ask for kindness today, the kind of kindness that costs us something, that requires us to set aside our own agenda, that asks us to see beyond ourselves. Help us to notice the people around us, to really see them, to recognize their dignity and their struggle. Give us eyes to see the clerk at the store, the person on the street, the colleague at work, not as obstacles or conveniences, but as human beings carrying their own burdens. Help us to offer a gentle word, a patient presence, a moment of genuine attention. May we be willing to be interrupted, to be inconvenienced, to give more than we planned to give, and when we encounter difficulty today, when things do not go as we hoped, when we face disappointment or frustration or pain, help us to meet those moments with as much grace as we can muster. Help us not to harden, not to close down, not to retreat into bitterness or blame. Give us the strength to remain open, to stay tender, to keep our hearts available even when it would be easier to shut down. Remind us that difficulty is not a sign that we have failed, that struggle is part of the texture of every human life, that we are not alone in our challenges. We hold in our hearts this morning all those who are suffering, all those who woke to pain or fear or grief. We think of those who are ill, those who are lonely, those who are struggling to find their way. We remember those who have lost someone they love, those who are facing impossible choices, those who feel forgotten or unseen. We cannot fix their pain, we cannot take away their burden, but we hold them in our awareness. We wish them well. We hope for their comfort and peace. And we ask that we might be instruments of healing in small ways, that our presence might bring some measure of light, that our actions might ease someone's load, even if only slightly. Help us to be generous where we can, to give freely, to share what we have been given. Help us to forgive where forgiveness is needed, to release old resentments, to stop rehearsing old hurts. Give us the freedom that comes from letting go, from choosing not to carry what no longer serves us, from deciding that today we will not be defined by yesterday. As we move into this day, we ask for the ability to be present, to be here, to be awake to what is actually happening rather than lost in worry about what might happen. Help us to meet each moment as it comes, without rushing ahead, without dwelling in the past, without missing what is right in front of us. Give us the capacity to do the next right thing, the next kind thing, the next honest thing, without needing to see the whole path ahead. Help us to trust that we will be given what we need when we need it, that we do not have to carry tomorrow's concerns today, that this moment is enough. We ask for peace, the kind of peace that is not dependent on circumstances, that can exist even in the midst of uncertainty, that runs deeper than our feelings. May we find stillness at the center of our being, a quiet place we can return to when the world feels chaotic or overwhelming. May we remember that we are held, that we are not alone, that there is something larger than ourselves that sustains us. And as we close this time of prayer, we carry with us a sense of groundedness, of calm, of readiness for whatever this day brings. We go forward with open hands and open hearts. We go forward with gratitude for what is, with hope for what might be, with trust in what we cannot see. We go forward knowing we will not be perfect, that we will stumble and forget and fall short, and that this too is part of being human. We go forward with the intention to be kind, to be present, to be true, and we give thanks once more for this day, for this life, for this breath, for this moment. May we walk gently through the hours ahead. May we bring more light than shadow. May we be a blessing to those we meet, and may we rest tonight knowing we did what we could, that we showed up, that we tried. Amen.